This is the Karl Miller Show, where we talk about all things real estate, financial investments, and getting into a home you love. With over 15 years of experience, this is your host, Karl Miller.
Meet Karl Miller Realty agent David Johnson today, and we're going to continue the conversation about the first year after closing, a new homeowner's guide, tips and tricks to help you get settled into your new home after closing, maybe uncover some things you would miss otherwise. Hey, thank you for tuning in. I'm Karl, your host, the principal broker at Karl Miller Realty. We're Lynchburg's first certified full-service professional brokerage, and we're located at 7700 Timberlake Road in Lynchburg. We are your caring, competent, trusted advisors for real estate sales and service. So if you are a homeowner or an aspiring homeowner, this show is for you. I'm in a network of the best realtors in the United States and Canada who operate with skill and with a relational approach to meeting your housing needs. So whether relocating to or from Central Virginia, maybe you've inherited a house inside or outside of Lynchburg and you don't know who to call, we've got you. We'll connect you with one of the best agents in the market where that home is located and get you on the right track so you can have a good experience as opposed to a terrible experience in selling or buying a home. I want to give a couple of updates. The Freedom 424 nonprofit right here based out of Lynchburg, making up impact, making a difference in the world. They are hosting their 5K fundraiser and awareness event, and this is coming up Saturday, April 18th. It's going to be starting at the Liberty University Indoor Track and Natatorium, and that race time is 9 a.m. It is not too late to register. In fact, I registered for that race this week. I'm going to run it, but our team is going to be out there with a tent, with a booth. We're giving away a free pair of running shoes. Stop by and say hi to us. Register for that $125 gift card to Riverside Runners and say hi to us. We'd love to see you out there. There's a kids run the night before with pre-packet pickup and registration. We'll be there both days, Friday, April 17th, Saturday, April 18th. Stop by, say hi. We'd love to see you. We also are hosting our annual Client Appreciation event, which is our Shredding Day. And we're opening it up to you, our listener, this year again. And that is April 24th from 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. And it is at our office right over there at 7700 Timberlake Road. The cool thing about this event is if you've got some documents in your basement, maybe you got some old tax returns from 10 or 15 years ago that you just, they've been collecting down there. You want to shred them. You don't want to put them in the landfill, of course, or you don't want to pay the fee to take them to your local shredding place. Stop by our office and we'll have a coffee truck out there that day for free coffee, as well as a shredding truck, and you get to meet our team out there that day. It'll be fun. And then one more race event that our firm sponsors. Now, this race typically has happened in the hotter days of the summer, but this year it's earlier. And this is the Twisted Trail 10K, and that's out at the New London Trail Systems, where the development park is on New London. That event is May 2nd at 9 o'clock a.m., and we are, again, sponsoring that race, and we will be giving away another free pair of running shoes. So we'd love to see you out there. Twisted Trail 10K, if you just type that into your web browser, you'll find that. The run sign-up registration link is right there. Saturday, May 2nd, 9 a.m. Come out and see us, and that's a 10K trail race. That's a challenging course, but if you're up for a challenge, that's a good one to do. I want to thank our sponsor of the show, Gary's Garden Center, Curb Appeal. It's the real deal. The team at Gary's Garden Center, always happy to help you make that first impression a great one. If you need a pop of seasonal color, you want to spruce up your flower beds, refresh your landscape, get great lawn care advice from real professionals who know this area, know the soil. Gary was on our show last week. Man, some great tips. That guy's just a wealth of knowledge. You can visit Gary's Garden Center on Leesville Road for really great service, expert advice, and a beautiful selection. 794 Leesville Road or garysgardencenter.com.
It's time for a new featured listing from Karl Miller Realty.
All right, we got a brand new listing on the market this week, and it is at 651 Windhurst Drive, right in Windhurst in 24502 Heritage High School District. This is a 2,050 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom townhouse. and it's listed for just $289,900. If you know Windhurst, you know it's just super convenient to the Forest Market, to the Forest shopping and restaurants, and it's really close to the Timberlake Road corridor, just less than 10 minutes to Liberty University as well. Just a great house, huge eat-in kitchen, ample space. There's a pantry and a laundry closet with additional laundry hookups in the lower level utility room too, by the way. So you got 2 opportunities for laundry. The upstairs features 2 bedrooms. Each has spacious walk-in closets and private full baths. The lower level has an extra bedroom down there. So again, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, $289,900. It's a great price for Windhurst. Lynn Creasy is the listing agent on that one. Just go to karlmillerrealty.com and check out Lynn's profile. Her cell phone number's there, and reach out to her. This one probably won't last long. It's a hot new listing, and I encourage you to jump on that if you're looking in that price range and you want a sweet townhome in a great location. Well, we have a special guest in the studio today, returning. It's been a while, though. Mr. David Johnson is with us. David has been... Man, he was on the Karl Miller team way back when I was at my former brokerage, and when we launched Karl Miller Realty in 2020, David raised his hand and came over there with me, which I'm grateful for. He's been selling real estate for quite some time now, and I just want to get David back on the show today. David, welcome to the studio.
Thanks, Carl. Hey, everyone.
Yeah, David, you've been in the business now how long? I was trying to remember as I was doing the intro. When did you get licensed as a real estate agent? I know it was in the teens.
2015.
15, man. Yeah. David, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, it does. Can't believe it's been, it'll be 11 years shortly.
And I remember you were doing property management work before that with another firm, and you were working in another firm as a licensee, I guess, and it was a little challenging. You didn't really have the training. And I remember when you called and you came over, and we kind of got you on the track, but it was hard. It was a hard real estate was a hard transition for you, as I recall. It took a while to kind of get some momentum.
Right. In the sales business, it is a different animal.
It is. Oh, it's way different than a W-2 hourly punching the clock type of thing, right?
Exactly.
Trading your time for dollars.
Exactly.
Well, so what made you want to even get into the real estate world? Like, what was sort of the motivator behind that, David?
Originally, it was just a suggestion.
Okay.
I was a mental health therapist for over 2 decades, and I was really good at it. I really was. It was my niche, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I worked with seriously emotionally disturbed adolescents and their families, but I felt like I was getting burnt out the last few years that I was there. Mm-hmm. My oldest son, he's a general contractor, and he has a rental management company, suggested that I become a real estate agent. And he said, Dad, you'd be good at it. You know? And I thought about it for a couple weeks. It was difficult considering leaving the counseling profession because, like I said, it was my niche. But I did realize I needed a change. I thought about it. I'd still be working with people, helping them.
Sure.
But it would be in a totally different environment. So I decided to go for it, and man, I'm glad I did. I just absolutely love it.
Yeah, it's funny. Our former broker that we both worked at, he used to pull me aside all the time. He's like, Carl, real estate is 90% psychology anyway. He said 80-90% of it's psychology. And there is an element of truth to that.
There is. A lot of time now, I use my background and my education and experience to help people work through difficult decisions.
Yes.
Let's face it, buying a house is going to be, for most people, the most expensive purchase they'll ever make in their lifetime.
And I think we talk about this at our office all the time, David. Like normally when people are, especially when they're selling a house in 2026, there's usually a major emotional event going on in their life that's outside of the transaction, right? There's a death, or there's a divorce, or there is a new job opportunity in another state, or hey, we're going to move towards our retirement and move to Florida. I met with 3 people this week, David, that are moving to Florida just in the last 4 days. So it's been kind of crazy. So that's on my mind. That's why I shared that. But there's something else, usually a major emotional event going on in their life. And I think that we have the opportunity to meet some of those emotional needs that are just outside the transaction completely when we're helping sellers.
Right. sometimes you just fall right into it with them,
Yeah.
you know. And I think the value of being a good realtor that, like our motto says, caring and competent and trusting.
Yes.
Especially trusting.
Yeah, no doubt. So what do you enjoy personally about helping clients? Because you had this background. You were helping people with mental health, and now you're helping people with a tangible product. I mean, like you said, the largest investment they'll likely make.
Right.
What do you enjoy most about it?
Well, most clients are not like multiple home buyers that have purchased a home or a couple of homes within a few years.
Yeah.
Real estate is like a living organism to me.
Yeah, okay.
It keeps developing and changing over time.
Man, it does, yeah.
Yeah, and
Well,
so
the product's the same, but the way the tactics behind it and
exactly,
the laws
and
we
how
have and
the laws especially, because
Right.
we've had some recent changes,
big changes.
last few years.
Oh, yeah.
And so
and the market's changed too.
that as well,
Right.
because it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know, I've had people come to me and say, well, my house is worth such and such. And I said, well, when did you get that information? 2 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, that's way outdated information.
So true. Yeah.
But in order for anybody to make a good decision, one would need to be educated about the process, whether they're buying or selling a home. That's where I come in. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Just being a part of this business, it's before I take any client to any home, I schedule time with them to go over the process of buying, selling, or both.
Right.
And as well as you well know,
Yeah.
our agency has a booklet or a guide.
Yeah, that's right.
And I go over that with them,
Sure.
and they have that to refer to.
It sounds like having a roadmap or showing clients that roadmap is really important to you because you want them to make an informed and confident decision. It's like you're kind of giving them a little bit of a roadmap as they start that process, whether it's selling or buying.
Correct. And like I said before, let's face it, it's going to be one of the biggest purchases they'll ever make.
Yeah.
And when you have information, you feel more confident about your decision making.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's right. And I think a big part of too is just letting people know it's okay that, and this is probably what you're going to feel. You're going to buy this house. Like you know, when you go under contract, hey, just so you know, if you don't sleep tonight, that's normal. You know, if you're so excited or you're so nervous or you're thinking, oh my gosh, what did I just do? That's 100% normal if you don't sleep tonight. Right. And I think just kind of giving people, again, you know, with your background especially, just helping meet people's emotional needs and then sharing with them, hey, look, this is normal. I mean, gosh, when I bought my first house, I was so excited I couldn't sleep the first 2 nights, I don't think.
And you know, as you're going through the process, you know, once I've done that with them with going through the process, the details.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like we just drop them and say, okay, make your decision.
Right.
I'm with them. I'm a living resource.
Yeah.
And with them every step of the way, guiding them through the process.
Yeah. David, let's learn a little bit more about you. What's something people are surprised to learn about David Johnson? By the way, we're speaking with David Johnson. He's been, I think you're the longest tenured team member with Karl Miller Realty now, David. You've been here longer than anybody else in this office besides yours truly here.
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah. We've had some team members come and go over the years, and you're one of the OGs, and then and you're working as an independent agent in our office now. But
that's correct.
But what are people surprised about when they learn about David? What are people surprised about?
I'd have to think about that. There's some things I'm never going to tell you.
Oh, there you go. Well, that's fair. That's fair.
I really enjoy working with wood as a pastime.
Yeah, the hobby.
Mm-hmm. I've made furniture.
Yeah.
I've created a number of pieces that are of art.
Yeah. You just showed
using
me one.
wood.
You just showed me what a wood burning project you did over
Right,
Easter.
it's pyrography. I do pictures, either pictures or designs in wood, and I typically just give them away. I give them family, friends. I've even given some stuff to clients.
Yeah, I remember the pens you made a few years back.
Oh yeah,
cool.
out of wood.
Yeah, so that's the sort of like that's the thing that just kind of gives peace of mind to David Johnson. You can do that and kind of unwind. And
yes, and I could spend hours doing it.
There you go. All right, couple of other. We're going to kind of run out of time here in this first half, but I wanted to just ask you a couple other things. What's your go-to comfort food or favorite local spot to go to in Lynchburg?
Okay, well, I've been working really hard at eating healthier.
Yeah, I love that. Me too,
yeah.
by the way.
which kind of kills comfort food. You know what I'm saying? I've been searching for recipes that are healthy for you but still taste good because that's important to me.
Yeah.
One of which is truly weird. I discovered if you cook sweet potatoes, mash them really well, and then pour some melted 85% dark chocolate on them, and then blend that really good, stick it in a refrigerator. A couple hours later, you've got yourself a nice chocolate mousse.
Whoa, I never heard that.
Yeah, and it's creamy. When you eat that, you'd never guess in a million years.
We're going to have to do
another
an office potluck and have you bring your David's famous sweet potatoes to the office, it sounds like to me. Hey, what's one thing that you want listeners to remember about you after listening to this show today, David?
Well, with all the questions I've answered, I guess overall they present a theme that I believe our motto says it all.
Yeah.
And I would hope that listeners would remember me as a caring, competent, and trusted advisor in real estate.
Very good. You able to stick around for the second half of the show?
Sure.
All right, let's do it. We'll kind of cover some of these things. So last week, if you didn't listen to the show last week, you can go back and pick it up. We had Gary Gardner III on talking about what he's got going on, our sponsor this month. But in addition to that, he had some really good tips for gardening and landscaping and all of that. But then we talked about things to be aware of as you close on your first house and a little bit of a new homeowner's guide and some really good stuff. And we didn't have time to finish the conversation, so we'll continue that conversation in the second half of the show when we come back. Welcome back to the Karl Miller Show. I'm Karl, your host, principal broker at Karl Miller Realty. Joining me in studio today is David Johnson. He is a realtor. He's also a certified full-service professional. He's taken the course and the training to be a CFSP agent, and we're one of the first certified offices in all of Lynchburg to hold that designation because we value relationships over transactions. But our social handles on Instagram and Facebook are at Karl Miller Realty. If you follow us there, you'll probably learn something. You'll get the opportunity to interact with us. Maybe there's a real estate question you want answered or a topic you'd like to hear about. I'd love to engage with you.
Karl Miller Realty's local stat of the week.
This week's stat isn't a number, it's a story. And honestly, I think it's the best kind. One of our agents at Karl Miller Realty this week helped a 24-year-old single person buy their very first home, put a contract in place, and the way it came together just says a lot about what smart, intentional decisions do, because our client had been saving for years as a 24-year-old, and they came to the table with a full 20% down payment, and that kind of discipline just earned them a really strong and clean offer, and on a home that had been sitting on the market for about 30 days, so seller was motivated, and they were able to negotiate fantastic terms. And so as a result, there's a new homeowner closing soon on a new house, or new to them house. And here's why I think the story matters beyond the transaction or beyond the number. The average age of a first-time home buyer nationally last year was 40 years old. So this person at age 24 is 16 years ahead of the average curve, and 16 years of building equity, appreciation, and wealth compounding, that is not a small thing. When I think fast forward over the big picture over the next 5 decades, that head start is going to have an exponential impact on their financial freedom and net worth. And so congratulations, you made a great generational decision this week. And so if you know someone who's just signed a lease or is about to renew one, have them call us. Or maybe it's you. We would love to make it their last lease ever. And here's a number worth remembering. The average net worth of a homeowner is 40 times that of the average renter. 40 times. And that's not a gap. That's a canyon. And the best time to cross it is now. Get started in 2026 towards your homeownership dream. Our agents at our firm would love to never put you back into a lease, get you into a home as a homeowner. Well, last week we talked about some things about first year after closing, a new homeowner's guide, and I won't rehash everything we talked about, but we kind of ended off where looking ahead, kind of starting a running project list. We kind of hit that topic, and then we kind of decided to sign off. We ran out of time. But if you have kind of a running project list, maybe it's a room that you want to paint or old fixture that just bugs you that you want to replace, or maybe you want to upgrade your landscaping. By the way, Gary's Garden Center, Shout out to our sponsor this week. Or saving for a larger renovation, whatever it may be. Keep a running list of future projects as they come to mind, and from there you can prioritize what matters most and start setting savings goals and timelines. And, a lot of folks are getting a tax return about this time of year, and if you're getting that, then, put it into your home. Add some value to your home equity. Go-to pros, keep a list of local contractors that you asked your agent for. Your agent probably has some good connections. We certainly do. And you never know when you might need a plumber, electrician, or roofer, or a handyman, or an HVAC guy. We've got all those people in our speed dial. And then keep an eye on the market. I know you just bought your house, but the real estate market still matters. Interest rates, housing trends, and local market activity can all influence future decisions. Or just listen to the Karl Miller Show every week, and we'll keep you updated on that as well. But let's talk about a few bonus first-year tips. And David, you're in the studio. You stayed around the second half here. You help a lot of buyers, and you run into these things. You see this in real life.
Yeah.
So Sierra and I were brainstorming about this a little bit. So a couple of tips for first bonus tips. And one kind of goes with, it's just sort of something that is a harsh reality sometimes, and our good producer, Anthony, talked about this last week a little bit too, and that is this: save for small, unexpected repairs. Because even minor fixes can add up quickly, so it helps to have a little cushion inside. And Anthony has a terrible story about frozen water pipes.
My minor fix,
first
that was a
week.
major fix.
Let's say major fix. Yeah, you are the exception. Let me just say this.
Correct.
You're one of the very few people that close and then immediately get hit with a
$5,000
problem. Yeah, it's a rare thing.
Wow.
But now you got a great story.
We got through it. It was fine.
You got a story for generations.
Correct. Correct.
Here's when I bought my first house. Yeah. Grandpa Anthony around the table 50 years from now.
Here he goes again.
Exactly. Yeah. But save for those small unexpected repairs because, like I said, they come up and, little stuff's going to happen. So if you got a little cushion starting off, it makes life a lot easier as a homeowner. This is a good one, is if you're painting a room, label that paint color, label the room, and keep the leftover material if possible. It's much easier to touch up walls later when you know exactly the paint color and the match that was used. And by the way, if you're buying a home, sometimes those paint cans are left in the house. If you have the opportunity to connect with the previous owner and there are paint, just make sure that they're labeled before a closing. It's just a helpful hint for you if you're acquiring a home.
Trying to match that without having the actual is really difficult.
It is. And the technology is getting better and better, but you're right. To get an exact match, it's virtually impossible, isn't it? To get an exact match. Yeah. You'll see it in the wrong color. Store your appliance manuals and warranty information in one place. You may not need them often, but when you do, it's just nice if they're easy to find. I've got a lot of clients that'll just keep everything in one folder or just one big binder. Buy those 3-ring binders with the clear pages that you can just store those manuals in.
And remember where you put them.
Yeah, and this too, like when you're selling a home and you can hand that manual over to the new homeowner, boy, it's a gift. So just store your appliance manuals and warranty information receipts all in one place when it comes to those things. This is a nice one too, and we talked about neighbors a little bit, how home ownership gives you opportunity to make connections and relationships, but introduce yourself to nearby neighbors when you have a chance. Friendly neighbors, they're just a wonderful resource when you're settling into a new area. If you want to kind of get the skinny on everything kind of going on, or local tips and tricks, especially if you're in a homeowners association, it's just nice to kind of know who your neighbors are. I had a situation, David, I moved not long ago, about a year ago, and I had a water heater that leaked. And I literally had 2 inches of water in my house. And I knocked on my neighbor's door in the morning early and was just like, Gail, I just want to let you know this happened. Keep your eye on your carpet and on the adjacent wall. And we were able to get the water extracted really quickly.
Right.
But man, I was worried for her. I was worried that water was going to seep into her. But had I not met her previously, I would have felt really awkward knocking on her door.
Right,
saying,
right.
Hey, I'm your new neighbor, and guess what? I got a multi-$1,000 problem in my house right now. And you might too. Fortunately, it did not leak over. But just introduce yourself to the neighbors. Don't feel pressure to tackle every home project at once. Sometimes, you want to change everything right away. But just living in the space for a while can help you gain clarity.
Exactly, because you may not do what you really want to do down the road.
Yes. Yeah. I think this is a big one too, and that's take photos of your home when everything is in good condition. This can be helpful. By the way, I did this. This can be helpful for insurance purposes, but it also gives you a nice record of how your home changes over time. You just take those
Right.
pictures and drop them into a file, a folder, a picture folder online, and gosh, all the phones anymore store pictures and by dates and by themes anymore, and it's super easy to keep things organized now today. But this is a big one, and we talked about this just briefly last week, is know where your main shutoffs are. Make sure you know how to quickly access your water shutoff. I needed that when I woke up and had water pouring all over my floor. Your breaker box and any other major systems, just know where those shutoffs are.
Yeah, that they can be a lifesaver. I had
Absolutely.
the same problem. Main water line broke in my house.
Oh, yeah.
And I knew exactly where the cutoff valve was,
Yeah.
ran right to it.
Yeah.
Could have been a disaster if I didn't.
We talked a little bit about replacing or updating anything inexpensive. That's important early on. And man, you can change the whole feel of your house by doing little things, like even just changing out your cabinet pools, to a different color, or even small things like toilet seats and air filters and light bulbs. Light bulbs, man, there's so many different types anymore, and you can change the feel of how your home feels at night literally by changing the softness or the type of lighting in your home. Keep your home clean and comfortable. Just those little updates. Weather stripping, that's another one that people forget about sometimes around your door. Adding that on there can make a big difference in the wintertime especially, and you'll feel it in the wintertime when the wind's blowing if your weather stripping is out on your door. And then keep a running list of questions as they come up. Instead of trying to remember everything, jot down things as you notice them. This is what I do. I'm a Google guy. I use Google Documents, Google Keep, and all that. So Google Keep is a free, app that's literally part of your Google package. And I have notes in Keep. So anytime I have something I see, I just have a little running list, home list, and I'll just drop it in there. And what's cool about it, you can put pictures in there too. And like we talked about too, don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Give yourself permission to settle in slowly. David, I think what you said is true. You don't really know. Sometimes you just have to live there for a little bit to know what you really want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so just by living there, you may have an idea for a room and it changes to, wow, you know what, the space would actually work better to do an accent wall here. Or the way the light comes in that window, like, wouldn't it be cool if we did this instead?
Right. Or functionality.
Yeah. Absolutely. Or sometimes, too, people will buy a piece of furniture that changes the whole dynamic or the feel of the room or the center of the room.
Right.
And so after that piece of furniture is purchased, the plan changes a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Well, I hope these tips are helpful for you. And if you need any other information that we didn't cover today, feel free to reach out to us and we will take good care of you and help you get where you want to go.
It's time for Karl Miller Realty's Fun Fact of the Week.
Community comes first. Giving back is a big part of who we are as an organization. We're passionate about supporting local nonprofits and community organizations throughout the year. And again, we just already gave a couple shout outs at the beginning of the show. Freedom 424, their 5K race is coming up, for example, and we'd love to help sponsor things like that. We believe helping people doesn't stop at buying and selling homes. It's about showing up for our community too. If you have real estate questions you want answered, contact us, hit our social media platforms, or give us a call. I want to thank again our sponsor, Gary's Garden Center. Spring has arrived. Check them out at the corner of Greenview and Leesville Road, garysgardencenter.com, and let Gary know you heard about him on the radio show today. By the way, expert advice. Great guy. 3 generations that business is, and you can learn a lot by stopping by and talking to the great folks at Gary's Garden Center. Thank you for listening today. We are your local, caring, competent, trusted advisors for real estate sales. We'll see you next week.